Have you ever heard of a building so magnificent, so legendary, that its story has echoed through millennia? A structure said to be gilded in gold, built without the clang of a single iron tool, and home to the most sacred object in history? Today we're journeying back in time, 3,000 years, to unravel the mysteries of one of the most famous lost buildings in the world, Solomon's Temple. What was this temple? Why was it so important? And what really happened to it? The story begins with King David, the warrior king of ancient Israel. It was his dream to build a permanent, glorious house for God, a central place of worship for the 12 tribes. But according to the biblical narrative, David had shed too much blood in his conquests. The honor of building this sacred structure would fall to his son, Solomon, a king whose name literally means peace. Upon ascending the throne around 970 BCE, Solomon set out to fulfill his father's vision on a scale that was simply breathtaking. He forged an alliance with Hiram, the king of Tyre, a wealthy Phoenician city-state famous for its skilled craftsmen and access to the legendary cedars of Lebanon. Imagine caravans of materials arriving in Jerusalem, massive cedar and cypress logs floating down the coast, enormous blocks of pristine stone quarried and shaped at a distance, and of course gold. Tons and tons of gold. The Bible describes the construction in incredible detail. The site chosen was Mount Moriah, a location already steeped in religious significance. For 7 years, tens of thousands of laborers worked on the project. One of the most fascinating details is the claim that no iron tools were heard at the building site. The stones were supposedly quarried and pre-cut so perfectly that they fit together seamlessly like a divine puzzle. This was to preserve the sacredness of the space, to build it in peace, just as Solomon's name implied. When it was finished, the temple was an architectural marvel. Picture this: a structure with a facade nearly 100 feet wide and towering 120 feet high. Its doors were made of olive wood, carved with intricate cherubim, palm trees, and flowers, all overlaid with pure gold. Inside, the walls were paneled with cedar, also carved and gilded, so that no stone was visible. The sheer opulence would have been blinding. The temple was divided into 3 main parts. First, the ulam, or the porch, was the entrance. Beyond that was the hekel, the main hall, or holy place. This is where the priests would perform daily rituals. It contained the golden altar of incense, a table for the showbread, and 10 massive golden lampstands, 5 on each side, that bathed the room in a constant warm glow. But the true heart of the temple lay beyond a veil of blue, purple, and crimson linen. This was the Kodesh HaKodeshim, the Holy of Holies. This inner sanctum was a perfect cube, and it was almost entirely dark, symbolizing the mystery and transcendence of God. Only the high priest could enter, and only once a year on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. And what was inside? The single most sacred artifact of the ancient Israelites, the Ark of the Covenant. This golden chest, said to contain the stone tablets of the 10 Commandments, was the symbolic footstool for the very presence of God on earth. 2 giant, golden cherubim, their wings stretching across the room, stood guard over the ark. For nearly 4 centuries, Solomon's temple stood as the religious, political, and spiritual center of the Kingdom of Israel and later Judah. It was a symbol of their covenant with God, a place of pilgrimage, and a source of immense national pride. Kings were crowned there, prophets delivered their messages from its courtyards, and generations of people brought their sacrifices and prayers to its altars. But the golden age of Solomon didn't last forever. After his death, the kingdom split in 2 and a long, slow period of decline began. The temple's story becomes one of desecration and plunder. In the 10th century BCE, the Egyptian pharaoh Shishak raided Jerusalem and stripped the temple of its golden shields and treasures, a humiliating blow recorded in both the Bible and Egyptian inscriptions. Over the following centuries, some of Judah's own unfaithful kings would loot the temple Shesheri to pay tribute to foreign powers. At other times, righteous kings like Hezekiah and Josiah would launch major reforms, cleansing the temple and restoring its proper worship. It became a barometer of the nation's spiritual health. The final, devastating chapter came in the 6th century BCE. The mighty Babylonian Empire, under the rule of the ruthless King Nebuchadnezzar II, swept through the region. After a series of rebellions by the kings of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar had enough. In 586 BCE, his armies laid siege to Jerusalem. After a brutal, prolonged siege that left the city starving, the Babylonians broke through the walls. What followed was a catastrophe. The city was burned, the walls were torn down, and the unthinkable happened. Solomon's magnificent temple, the house of God, was systematically looted of its remaining treasures and then set on fire, burned to the ground until nothing was left but smoke and rubble. The leading citizens, priests, and craftsmen were rounded up and force-marched into exile in Babylon. The Ark of the Covenant, the centerpiece of the entire structure, vanished from history, creating one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of all time. Was it hidden before the invasion? Was it destroyed, or was it carried off to Babylon? No one knows for sure. The destruction of the first temple was more than just the loss of a building. It was a profound theological crisis. It shattered the nation's identity. How could God allow his own house to be destroyed? This traumatic event forced the people to rethink their entire relationship with God, leading to a new emphasis on scripture, prayer, and community that could exist even without a physical temple. So where is Solomon's temple today? Well, physically, it's gone. Completely. But the story doesn't end there. A new generation, born in Babylon, would eventually be allowed to return to Jerusalem by the Persian Emperor Cyrus the Great. On the very same site, they built the Second Temple, a more modest structure, but one that would stand for another 500 years, witnessing the events of the New Testament before it too was destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD. Today, the Temple Mount in Jerusalem is one of the most contested and revered religious sites in the world. It's home to the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. The Western Wall, a retaining wall from the Second Temple complex, is the holiest site in Judaism, a place where people come from all over the world to pray, mourning the loss of the temples and dreaming of their eventual restoration. The story of Solomon's temple is a powerful tale of ambition, faith, glory, and destruction. It's a physical building that has become a powerful, enduring symbol in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It reminds us that even the most magnificent creations of human hands can fall to ruin, but the ideas and faith they represent can survive for millennia, shaping civilizations and continuing to inspire awe and mystery. What do you find most fascinating about the Temple of Solomon? The incredible wealth, the mysterious construction, or the disappearance of the Ark of the Covenant? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the past. See you next time.